welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise with Rana and I. And now time to talk about the preservation of heritage as far as animals and the zoo are concerned. And we have with us now Alaa Bakir, and she is a member of the Egyptian Association for Preservation of Heritage. She has a master's in archaeology and going for the PhD. Thank you very much, Alaa, for joining us. A pleasure.
Thank you. I have the pleasure and the honor to be with you today, and I hope to be a nice episode.
Thank you.
Alaa, it's a pleasure, of course, to have you with me, with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. And I start off by asking you, of course, you're a member of the Egyptian Association for the Preservation of Heritage, and I'd like to know how we can preserve heritage, especially in the zoo, as we are in the Egyptian zoo now.
Well, first, we want to talk about the location of the zoo and its importance. It's located in Giza Governorate. In Egypt, and its main gate is overlooking the Charles de Gaulle Street. The zoo is considered as the largest zoo in Egypt and the Middle East, and also it's the first and the oldest zoo in Africa in general, in which it was named as the crown jewel of African zoos. Also, it's considered as the second zoo in the whole world in terms of construction. Actually, the zoo is in the focus of attention many international organizations due to its value and history. Regarding its history, it was founded in the late 19th century by the order of Khedive Ismail Basha, who was one of the grandsons of Muhammad Ali Basha. Ismail Basha thought to open the zoo in the period of the inauguration of the Suez Canal, which was in 1869, but there wasn't enough time to open it, and then in year 1871 was the start of its establishment. Actually, it was inaugurated in 1891 in the reign of his son Muhammad Tawfiq Basha. The zoo was about 50 acres at the first step, but this area was a part of the harem gardens, and harem means woman. After that, and now it covers about 80 acres, and that's because in year 1938, the southern part of the Orman Park have been added to increase the area of the zoo.
Dr. Alaa, what are the very important animals available now at the Egyptian Zoo, and what are the animals missing that we need to bring here back, or I don't really understand? I'm going to understand more from you. Tell me more about the animals and the importance, how to make this place a very important place that people want to come back and visit the Egyptian Zoo, the very authentic place that all Egyptians come here with the children, in special occasions, because it's one of the important places in Egypt that they bring their kids and they come and they're very happy to see these very special animals. So we want the number of animals to be more. What are the animals available and what do we have missing?
We can go back a while and talk about that the original animals and birds in the zoo were taken from Ismail Basha private menagerie. And actually the zoo is a home of many endangered species, and also a great number of rare species that have been successfully bred in it, including, just like for an instance, the first California sea lion to be born in the region. And a lot of reptiles, a lot of skulls, and let's talk about a very important place here, which is the Animal Museum. The Animal Museum is considered as the first and the largest museum of its kind in the Middle East, and it includes about 1,352 mummified birds, and also about 555 mammals, also about 2,059 reptiles, about 115 skulls, 49 heads, also about 35 skeletons. And to talk about the history of this museum, the first person who took part in putting the nucleus of it was Mr. Stanley Smith Flower, which was one of the general directors of the zoo in the early 20s of the last century. First of all, it was inaugurated after its renovation in year 2015. And it was renovated before twice, in year 1962, and the second time was in year 1988.
Alaa, why did you choose this field to study and to work in, and to be, I mean, it must be a big part of your life now. You're a member of Egyptian Association of Preservation of Heritage. You must be around a lot of endangered species every now and then. So what made you choose this field? Is this something that started with you when you were very young, maybe, or what?
Well, actually, I believe that every person have a matter that he feel in love. And actually, I'm so much in love with archaeology and heritage, and I consider it as the most important matter that we have to take attention for.
When did it start with you? I mean, this link with archaeology and heritage.
Maybe at the last year of school. I choose to enter the archaeology section in the archaeology faculty in Cairo University, and it was my field that I never feel that I could never find like it.
What are the most important places that used to be from the zoo heritage, and from your point of view, are preserved and developed?
Well, actually, first of all, we need to talk about the zoo as a monument and heritage,
Yes, go ahead. As a monument and heritage of?
Yes, as an Egyptian monument and heritage to be preserved.
Right.
Yes.
And actually, it represents the most important or a historical landmark of Giza Governorate. Actually, it's registered as a monument in terms of its fences and its gates. Also, since it includes archaeological buildings, just like the royal grottos, which we are now here. It was built in 1867.
1867.
Yes. And also there's the hanging bridge, which was inaugurated in 1911, and also there is the elephant house, which was inaugurated also in 1901. There is the Beers House, which inaugurated in 1896. In addition, of course, to the Japanese kiosk, which turns to the reign of King Fuad in year 1924. And it was inaugurated or founded on the occasion of the visit of Japan Prince to Egypt. And it's considered as a small museum, which includes a different collection and photographs about the zoo, whether old or new.
And what else about the Japanese kiosk, Ala?
It's a very distinctive place, and actually,
And all you mentioned are preserved, well preserved, and they are developing the preservation and the heritage of each and every place that you mentioned.
yes, of course.
The efforts to preserve heritage here in Egypt, are they just conducted by the government, or are there civil institutions, non-governmental organizations that work in that field as well? And what are they, if they exist?
Actually, both. It's governmental and civil. There's a great governmental
Effort?
efforts to preserve the heritage sites and to register more and more archaeological buildings, sites, and also.
There is enough cooperation, Alaa, cooperation between government and non-governmental organizations in this regard, as far as you are concerned?
Yes, I think so. It's yeah. There's
Ala, do you think that the Egyptian Zoo is a touristic destination?
yes, of course. It's a very important tourist attraction, landmark, and especially the animal museum. A lot of scientists and students from all over the world come to see rare types of mummified birds and mammals and so on.
Alaa, if you are taking a group of school children with you, escorting them, you are their guide, and you are taking them here inside the zoo in a trip, what's the first place you will go to inside the zoo, and the first animal you will make the kids see?
Well, so the first place may be the Animal Museum, as a lot of students love it so much, and feel free to be happy to see the different types of animals and birds that they never seen before, and concerning the
Animal that
Of course,
Oh,
the,
the
of course
animals.
the elephant and the lion.
maybe or monkey.
yeah, I was looking for that because nobody mentioned the monkey until
Yes.
now in the episode, and I was a bit surprised because
But we do have monkeys, we do have lions, we do have the elephant here in the
Yes,
zoo.
and giraffes
And the giraffes.
reptiles.
so
Reptile.
the giraffe is back.
So,
Yes.
so what's missing in the zoo now as we talk? You're not sure, no problem about it.
We have the wolves, we have the hyenas, we have
You have the
Yeah.
wolves?
Yeah.
the wolves, the hyenas.
What's
Yeah.
very special about the Egyptian zoo, Alaa?
The very special place.
Yes.
Maybe the place we are here now.
Now, okay.
I think it's the most distinctive place. And Khedive Ismail was taking his guest to come here. And there's, it's said that there is a mirror inside here for them to see themselves inside the cave.
And
What's
is-
your sorry, Rana. Sorry.
Is this mirror still there?
I don't know.
No,
Not
yeah,
sure.
we're gonna go now and see after we're done.
And what's your favorite, personally, your favorite species?
Species,
Oh,
maybe the elephant.
okay.
It's
I
always
love
the
it.
elephant.
Yes.
It is attractive. The elephant is attractive. Sometimes we feel that monkeys understand us a little bit, or are watching us, or maybe
Yes.
when we talk to them, sometimes you try to talk to them, it seems as if they are listening and understanding. Can you
Yes.
tell us anything about, is this true? Can you tell us anything about it? I mean,
I think monkey is very clever, and knows about a lot of moves and a lot of talking from the humans. Maybe I think so.
So there is a language between
I think so.
humans
Because-
and monkeys, a language
because-
that could be understood
Yes.
reciprocally. Yeah.
What are your upcoming plans as, of course, a person that preserves heritage here in Egypt, Alaa?
In general,
Yes.
or here in
No, in general, or in general and specifically at the Egyptian Zoo.
I think that the starting point is coming from tell the new generation about this heritage, to be more aware
Awareness. Yeah.
about it, and to know their history and their culture, that a lot of people from all over the world come to see. So this is a beginning, and this is the most important, to make lectures, to make guided tours for children of the schools, also for children of the faculties and colleagues, and so on.
And even for teenagers, yeah. I mean, it shall be interesting. Yeah. And even for university student, I guess if I was a university, but this generation is
Muhammad,
different.
even old
This
people,
generation is
even
different, yeah.
our generation, it's nice to come to the zoo and
Absolutely.
go around and watch
That was the
everything
case
that's
when we
happening
were
in
young,
there.
but I don't know about the new generation, Alaa. Is there indeed a lack of publicity for the zoo, as one of our dear guests said? Uh,
I think so, yes. When we go out in different guided tours with the students and teenagers, their knowledge about the zoo, especially, they don't know that it's a monument, for an instance.
or is it maybe Alaa and Rana, the shopping malls and the new stuff, the stuff that was not there like 20 or 30, 20, I'm going to say 20, not 30, 20 years ago when we were young, when I was young, I mean. So is it because now there is a lot of other attractions that take the teenagers away from this, that it's difficult to draw them? Because it's easier for them, or maybe more fun to go and play like video games, or go ski or go shop or eat junk food in the so many malls that
Yes,
exist.
exactly. You have put your hands on the problem.
That's a big
exactly.
problem, huh?
Yes, and the internet and the social media takes a lot of time from teenager to come, but a lot of them also are interested, and they just need to want to take them
To take them back to nature.
yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Alaa,
Yeah.
as a touristic destination, the zoo, means of publicity for this Egyptian zoo. Is it when brochures come out? Is it among the places that the tourists should come and visit? Is it written in the brochures, or you have no idea?
No,
Okay.
a lot of places, we have to be honest, that a lot of places in Egypt not on the map of tourists. And the program for tourists is somehow
Very busy.
very busy to go
very
to
short,
the
yeah.
most famous
They want to go to the pyramids, they
landmarks.
want to go to the temples, they want
Yes,
to go to the
Egyptian
landmarks. Is there-
Museum, Luxor and Aswan.
But any person who loves animals and nature should come here, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
it just need marketing.
How about, from your
Marketing,
point of view,
publicity,
how
yeah.
are we gonna make more publicity for this place? Because
Fir-
this is the most important point that we have to discuss today in our episode, to enhance this place and to make it a better place, of course, and to preserve it and to let people know more about it, and to bring every single Egyptian into, and not only
And
Egyptian,
foreigner
national
as well,
and
yeah.
foreigner, into this zoo.
Maybe first we need to make protocols with tourist companies to be in link with such places, and put it on their program. Okay, and also maybe we need a marketing through the internet. It's very important to have to make events, a lot of events that attract visitors and foreigners to come here, not just for seeing, but they need to practice activities maybe. So it's a
Events is a very good idea. When you make lots of events here in this place, then it enhances people to think more, to come more. It's
in general, I'm talking about Egyptian population or people. They are interested maybe in just like shows.
Yes, and plays. Yes,
Plays, yes.
shows and plays.
Students may be happy with just aragos.
finally, Alaa,
Yeah.
before I wrap
Clowns.
up this
Yes.
before we wrap up this segment, you're studying masters.
No, I have finished it, and
You
I
have finished and you're
Going
studying.
for the PhD
uh,
now.
What did you study in your masters?
I have studied
Archaeology.
some silver collection in the period of 18th century till the beginning of 20th century.
The title of your masters.
Silver antiquities attributed to the 18th till the 20th, the beginning of 20th century through a private collection in the Museum of Islamic Art.
Wonderful.
Dr.
wonderful.
Alaa Bakir, member of the Egyptian Association for Preservation of Heritage. We thank you so much for joining us in today's
Thank you very
episode
much,
of Nile Cruise, and we wish you
Thank
best
you
of
so
luck.
much. I
Stay
have the pleasure to be
with
with you.
us, for we will be back again.